I feel that there is a overwhelming controversy that no one seems to really be talking about, and I want to dive into it today. And this video is going to be specifically about why World of Warcraft PvP is seeing a decreasing line of participation and why people are, more and more negative about the scene. And for those who do not know me, my name is Michael Hogman, and welcome to another video. I usually make videos about guides and just talking about World of Warcraft in general. This specific topic is one that I have noticed is very, very interesting because I get a lot of comments every day. I think over the last, 3 or 4 days, I've gotten like 800 comments across my social media. And a lot of them are focused on PvP, right? Because I like to start discussions about PvP. And I noticed that a lot of people are unhappy, and I want to dive into why. I've done a lot of thinking about this. I've done a lot of discussion with top players. I've done a lot of discussion with just the people who watch my videos, you guys. And I think that there's a few points that I feel are the main reasons why the PvP scene has been kind of slowing down. I don't think that PvP in any way is like awful. I don't think that it's like the worst thing in the world, and why would anyone do that? Because I spend a lot of my time in PvP. I just got rank 1. I really enjoy a lot of different parts of PvP, and I've really tried my best to be the best at different parts of the game, whether it's 10 versus 10 or 3 versus 3. And what I have noticed along my journey of achieving rank 1 and just playing the game, every day, is that there is a very, very narrow focus on rewarding players. The main reward that people seem to care about is at the end of the season whenever people get your titles. And that's cool, like getting your titles and getting the gladiator mount if you do achieve that, or getting your rank 1 title and all that stuff, like that is very, very fun. But I've noticed that as I play the game, and especially as somebody who has achieved rank 1 for the first time this season, or this expansion, like it's really hard to define like what's next. Is the answer to continuously get rank 1 titles? Is the answer for people who aren't gladiator, that achieve gladiator for the first time, is the answer to like continuously get the mounts? I feel that the focus on rewarding players throughout the season, and also after they achieve the goal that they're looking for, is not quite addressed. And I think that they have done a better job, they being Blizzard, have done a better job of kind of addressing this in Legion as opposed to previous expansions. Like there's the honor system now, so you can level up and get, honor levels and prestige, and you can get mounts, and there is some rewards, and you get like AP and gold, and there are some rewards along the way of like getting more and more cosmetic items and stuff like that, and that's cool. I just think that in terms of ranked play, because the honor system only really addresses unranked play and overall PvP, I think in terms of ranked play, I'm seeing an outdated system. I'm seeing a system that satisfied the player base in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, where there would be 3 or 4 seasons, and if you missed out on those seasons, or if you didn't take the opportunity to be very good and get those gladiator mounts or whatever, you would never be able to get that again. But now I'm looking into Legion, and we're about halfway, a little bit over halfway through the expansion now, and there's been 5 PvP seasons. There's currently 8 in store for us, and maybe even more. So I think that while you are getting a higher frequency of mounts and titles and stuff like that, and I think that that's good, I just think that people struggle with the fact that they do not have something along the way, like for people to work towards during the season. Because like the only thing that matters is the end of the season, where you get your titles and you place in a certain place, whether you get rival or challenger or whatever it is, right? And I think that I'm going to add like a bit of positivity to this, because I don't want to just end this on a negative note. I think that the answer to that specific problem is the fact that there is no like in-game ranking system similar to pretty much every other game that's out there. Hearthstone has it, Overwatch has it, Heroes of the Storm has it, League of Legends, even Dota I think does. I'm not actually sure about Dota, so don't quote me on that. But they do not have a silver, gold, diamond system that you can work towards and represent yourself as. And I feel that in the game right now, I have this prestige 18 thing, right? Like I'm able to represent that I'm a prestige 18 player, which is like really high up there in terms of farming your honor. Basically means I don't go outside, which is cool. But I feel like if there was an ability to show that I was, say, top 100 in the US on my player, on my character, and that people could recognize that. Not so much that I was a top 100 player in a previous season by getting Cruel Gladiator, but that I am still maintaining that level of stature throughout the community. I feel like that would bump up a lot of participation in the game, because people would be able to really represent the fact that they're a good player in real time. You would not have to deal with the whole LFG system where people just talk about how good they were in Season 4 back in like 2007. Like, that doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is how good you are right now. Like, are you gold? Are you silver? Are you diamond? Are you grandmaster? Whatever it is, that particular system, I feel that that specific thing should be in the game. And I think that that will solve, I don't think it'll solve all the problems, but I think it will definitely incentivize people to play through the season and maintain that level of stature, and maintain that, like, that prestige. Ironically, that word is prestige, right? But I think that that's something that's needed within the game right now. And overall, I think that while that's one thing that's needed, I also have another problem that I want to address. And that's the fact that, like, the only real competitive bracket right now is that of the 3 versus 3. Like, that's it. They removed 5 versus 5, which in turn, removes a game mode instead of adding to a game mode. And I think that really did hurt a lot of people whenever that happened. And the fact that you can't get any rewards from 2s, like, nobody really cares about 2s unless you just want to get the gear from it. And I participate in that, but not everybody does. And a lot of people think it's stupid. And 10 versus 10, people don't care about it because you don't get anything. And as somebody that just worked for several hours to achieve Hero of the Horde last season, I got to 2450, and that took so long. Like, that took so many games in order to hit 2450. And I was able to achieve that, but at the end of the season, or at the 2-week point when I log on and get my titles, I got the Hero of the Horde achievement and I got the Hero of the Horde title, but I didn't get a mount. And that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So what I'm getting at is that either the end of the season rewards across the board need to be equal and awesome at the same time, or they need to introduce something that's going to switch it up and something that's, like, valued socially by the players. And my personal way of getting to that is introduce some kind of 1v1 bracket. I know that this is very controversial because, like, what do you do with healers in 1v1? Like, what is it that, like, I think it would be really cool if there was a 1 versus 1 system that catered towards the player base in a way that was just really cool. So, for example, like, for healers, they go into an arena and there's, like, an NPC, 2 NPCs that do a ton of damage to each other, and your job is to keep them up. And you can also, like, there's multiple ways, so it's like an objective-based thing where, like, you can kill the enemy healer, you have buff damage as a healer, and you're fighting another healer, even of the same class if you want to go down that route. And then you have, like, increased damage, so you can kill them, or you can keep your NPC alive, and if you or your NPC die, then the game's over and they win. And then, like, on the flip side of that, if you're a DPS and you queue as a DPS, the goal is to just kill the enemy player, and that's the extent of the 1v1 bracket. Like, I think that there's a lot that Blizzard could be doing to increase PvP participation. I understand that it's a lot of work, but this is a game mode and a game environment that a lot of people, including myself, are extremely passionate about. And I would love to see the same amount of work that goes into PvE and raiding and the storyline of World of Warcraft. I would love to see the same amount of resources and work go into this PvP atmosphere, because I feel like it's not a dead community. I just think it's very malnourished. I feel like it's not being given what it needs to cultivate a very healthy community and a growing community, and that's why we're seeing season after season after season of decreasing participation numbers, harder to get titles because it's percentage based and participation based. The titles get rarer and rarer, guys, and that makes it harder for the people who want to achieve those goals, and also it like decreases the participation. So I just think that there's a lot of things that really need some solid work on PvP right now, and I would love for that to happen. So I wanted to pitch in. I wanted to open up this discussion with you guys because it's really important to me, and I know it's important to people that watch me, and I would love it if you guys could leave a comment down below, either letting me know what you think about my ideas or bringing your own ideas to the table, and leave it down in a comment below my video. Open up this discussion and tell me how you feel, guys. Like, do you feel that PvP is dead? Do you feel like you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And why? Why on both sides? Why do you agree with me? Why do you disagree with me? let me know down in the comments. But if you guys want to support this stuff and you want to support my channel, be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, and that will keep you up to date with future uploads. I hope to continue this conversation and talk with you guys as more of this story kind of develops. But until then, I will see you guys all tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, guys. See you tomorrow.